Hey, Joseph King with Landscape King. Want to tell you a little bit about us. I went to Live Oak High School. I grew up in Watson, Denham area. We are Landscape King. And you'll learn all kind of stuff about me in this podcast. But the main objective of this podcast that we're starting is to educate you about landscaping. You'll continue to learn more about who we are at Landscape King, but I do want to tell you that our mission is to transform lives by transforming landscapes with incredible customer service. And what backs this for us is the values. And all of this, we've thought about a whole lot and really just kind of reflecting on what's important to us as a company. And we're doing that with this podcast because what I want to do is be able to make your life easier because everyone has a landscape. Whether you're a homeowner, whether you're a business owner, you have to deal with a landscape in some capacity. Even if you're a tenant, there is a landscape on the property. And if it is just overgrown, overwhelming, uninviting, it just really brings down the whole feel of the space. So it's important to know some things about landscaping. And so during this podcast, each episode, we're going to talk about different topics. The first topic we're going to talk about is 10 things you need to know before installing a landscape. And this is going to discuss various topics like what's your budget? What kind of style do you like? What are your long-term plans with this home? Are you going to live in this property for a long time? So just in that example, it just gets you thinking in the right direction before you either A, install a landscape yourself, B, hire a landscape professional, or C, you just want to know more about the landscape you already have. Because we're going to talk about major issues too, and we're going to have guests who are just experienced professionals talk about what they know and give us some insight as well. Most of these episodes are just going to be me, but I will have some just professionals come in and talk about things. One hot topic is going to be Boxwoods. Everybody wants to know about Boxwoods. What's going to happen? What are we going to plant instead of the boxwood? Everybody's trying different ideas. You see people doing the soft touch holly. You see people doing the dwarf yopon holly. You see people doing the compacta holly. Then you see people planting the boxwood still. So what's going to be the formal hedge that we use in our landscaping here in Baton Rouge? So this is another cool topic. Some of this stuff, even if you don't want to install a landscape, is just interesting to know. Because it's good to know things about your surrounding. And that's really going back to the history of Joseph. How I got into landscaping is I started learning about plants out of necessity of working at Clegg's. People would come in, they'd ask me about, hey, where's this, where's that? I've got this area that has this amount of sunlight. What can I plant here? And on Saturdays, the job was more enjoyable if I were able to know where plants were, know the sizes they get, where they do well at, and just knowing these characteristics to be able to answer these questions for people. And that turned into me just being curious about my surroundings. And then I would ride around town and see different plants, and it all turned into a passion, which then turned into a passion for business. And now that's where we're at. So I'm here to educate you and all the things that I learned. And it's just the way we do it. A lot of this you're going to hear me talk about. This is just how we do it. There's other ways to do it. We're trying to find the best ways to do everything we do, but this is how we do it. So Joseph with Landscape King, the last thing I want to tell you are 3 values. Our first value is client first. This is why we're doing this podcast. We want you to have all the information you need before you even call us. By the time you call us, you'll know everything about us. You'll know everything about our process. You'll know everything about how we do, what we recommend, and we want to give you that information free because we appreciate the people we've been able to work for, and we're putting our clients first. Okay, second is always improving. There's been so many things I've done wrong in business from the beginning. There's been so many things that we've done as a company that we've improved on. One of those things is our maintenance, and we're going to talk about maintenance in a landscape. That's a topic we're going to have as well. We've created real packages now to be able to optimize the service you receive for maintenance. Our last value is passionate. Everything I do stems from passion in some sort of capacity. It was a passion for plants, which turned into a passion for business, which now turns into a passion for serving our clients the best way possible. And this is the mission: transform lives by transforming landscapes with incredible customer service. And those are our values: client first, always improving, passionate. That's who we are, Landscape King. Join us for the Landscape King podcast. We're going to be posting it weekly. We'll tell you what day, what time. If you got questions, just ask us. Joseph with Landscape King. Let's plant some plants.